afternoon from the Brecon Beacons and a dodgy lay-by. It's supposed to be really sunny this afternoon and it's not, but there is some blue sky. So that's where I'm heading. It's part of the Beacons Way. And the start of the path. Not been able to get out of late with family commitments, and we've all just been over to Norfolk last weekend for a big family party. So anybody that was there who came up and spoke to me about doing the videos, good to see you last week. So I'm following the Brecon Beacons Way, the Cambrian Way. I weighed my pack and it's over 16 kilos today. I'm not quite sure how I've got to 16 kilos, although I have got all my camera equipment with me, which is a lot. So in my backpack I've got my tripod. The tripod head is in the backpack along with everything else. Camera here. I now have an extra waterproof sack that sits on the back of my rucksack. The tendency is to try and fill it, perhaps with stuff you don't really need, but I have trimmed it down as much as I can to make sure I've got everything I need. Tell you what, I've only just started, but this thing has ramped up already. But this is a strange path. It's completely surrounded with ferns. This time I'm over the western side of the park, away from Penavan and that range. So across that way is back towards that and Brecon. I'm heading in a westerly direction, effectively going up the shoulder onto a lovely mountain top walk. It's getting warm. Oh, crikey. I'm still blowing. This is quite an incline. I'm going to look at my watch. My heart rate is 149. So I'm well out of zone 2 and 3 and into 4 stroke 5, pushing up to threshold. So this is as taxing for me, and up again it goes. This is just as taxing for me as a good paced run on the flat. Getting there now. is lovely. Isn't quite as dramatic as like Snowdonia area. But what I like is just the rolling hills, and it's just green. It's made up of different stuff. It's less rocky, but it's equally beautiful. And anyone who hasn't been here, definitely come and see it, because it's just a different landscape. Try it. You might really like it. Following the path all the way up to the top. The sun's come out and plenty of blue sky around now. It's looking gorgeous. Just little bits of light catching the hills. Looking down towards South Wales there. South Wales Fam over there. Across that way towards the east. And Brecon is just over the hills there. I can feel a bit more of a breeze now, so that tells me I'm getting near the top. So I'll come back when I get to what I think is going to be a stunning view. Well, they all are, aren't they? If you take my ugly bush out of it anyway. Beautiful. What a stunning day. Didn't look anything like this when I got out of the car. Wow. I've not pitched my tent yet. I can see a couple of people still over on one of the summits across the way there. So there's one one or two people still milling about, so I don't really want to pitch my tent until they've gone. But I've had to put my warm gear on. It is really cold. I'll be pleased, to be honest. I'll be happy when they've gone, because I can't see my legs properly, but I'm nithered. They're covered in goosebumps. So that's looking east over towards the Black Mountains, Brecon, Hay-on-Wye. Beyond that you're getting on towards Worcestershire. That's looking towards mid Wales, and as you can see the sun's going to be coming down in the west. Oh, it's lovely. But I think what I'm going to do while I'm waiting is get a brew on, get my tent done so I can get warm. My tent is up, as you can tell. The clouds have really disappeared now. And tea tonight is a dal and rice with spinach. The mushroom one that I had was quite nice, so you know, be alright, wouldn't it? Oh, that's hot. Big gaff. But it's just lovely up here. So nice. I can hear lots of birds. I don't know if you can pick that up, but it's gorgeous. What a place. So it wouldn't be a proper solo wild camp if I didn't talk about anxiety, would it? It's been a funny one today. It was a little bit last minute in terms of planning, because there's different variables that have to all kind of align, if you like, to enable me to do these things. Logistics is one, and the weather was also playing ball. My head wasn't, but I've accepted that it won't necessarily. I just have to do it. I just have to go. But this morning, there were some signs that I was feeling anxious, and it would have been quite easy to have said, well, it's too much, I'm not going. But today was a little bit different in the sense that we also had, sorry, I've just noticed there's something that's died in my drink. I'm not out. Ew. Yeah, today was slightly different in that this wasn't the only thing I was thinking about. There was some other stuff going on today. So this was kind of, I was getting things organised to come here with half a mind on it. The other half was sitting with the other thing that was happening today, which I won't go into, but so I couldn't go full bore anxiety with this because there wasn't room. This wasn't really competing because the other thing was too important. So while I was getting all my kit ready, I was actually thinking of the other thing, almost a bit on autopilot, trying to get my rucksack sorted. I mean, that's a good thing that I'm used to getting my kit organised now. So that's less of a thing. Pitching my tent is less of a thing. Tasty tonight, aren't I? So, yeah. So I'm here. And again, it's lovely. So this is my second go now. And it's actually nice to think it hasn't beaten me this time. It hasn't won. Anxiety hasn't won. Not this time. I won. And hopefully, the more times I can win, the less chance it's got of getting in there. Because actually, these nights, once you're here, it's such a nice experience. So I'm going to finish my coffee now and have a look at my tea, because ooh, you ready now? 15 minutes that's been stewing in there. While I'm at it, I did want to talk about this. Now, I struggle to get all my kit in my rucksack, even though I've got a big rucksack. I got this. I know I've brought over 16 kilos with me today, but this thing, what I struggled with last time was actually fitting everything in, getting everything to go small enough. So my big gloves that I have, got them now, and they basically scrunch down into a little pack, but it's so warm, good for me anyway. Chilly fingers. Anyway, so this bag, I can't think where I ordered it from, but it was online anyway. It's a waterproof bag, and it's got a strap at the back. So basically, on the outside of your rucksack, when you bring your outer straps down and you tighten them off. This basically threads through the back of your straps, and it means that I can put all my electrical stuff in here. I can put my camera filter pouch in there, and I'm quite impressed with it. Got to say, it's really well made. So this is going to be coming with me regularly from now on, because it's really done its job. It's Mountain Smith Dry Kick, and they do them in different colours. I've just gone for a pale khaki colour, but I quite like khaki, so anyway, enough of that. Tea time. Oh. Wow, that looks, wow, it smells good. Oh my goodness, that smells superb. Let's give it a whirl. Is it any good? It's quite hot. It's got a bit spicy, that has. Oh, it's just lovely. I was hoping to see a lot of stars tonight, but there's supposed to be a strawberry moon, which is going to be quite big, or bigger than normal, and quite bright. It'd be quite nice if it decided to come up before I go to bed. Oh, it's just so peaceful. There are people over there. In fact, I can see somebody hovering on the top, which is quite nerve-wracking, I find. Yeah, there's just like a mist. It seems to be rolling in. It's lovely. There's quite a few people over there, actually. Not be any utes having a party. So I'm going to go get myself sorted and get ready for bed, because I've got to be up early to get the sunrise. So far, I have not slept at all, because that wind has really picked up. I haven't had a helicopter this time, but the wind's very strong. It's going some out there. Earplugs. Might be something I need to get. I might, hopefully. I don't know if you can hear that, but that wind is not gusting 10 miles an hour. I think I have had, probably got to sleep about 1:30 in the end, because the wind was so noisy. It's 3:15, and then once I'd woken up, I needed the toilet, as you do, so I had to get up and go out, and then look round the tent and everything was absolutely fine, so I thought that's probably what helped me get back to sleep. But this morning we had a bit of a lull, and then it's whipped up again, and this time the outer door was flapping, which it isn't meant to do. Come on. So I'm not sure I'm going to get back to sleep again now. I think this is going to be very similar to last time, where I just say, right, I'm up. I've brought all my camera equipment, but the likelihood of getting any decent shots with this wind is quite slim. My tripod is sturdy, but it'll struggle in this wind, I think, still. I'm going to put my head out a minute and probably have to go for another wee. Oh, that's pretty. That's nice. I'm not sure that you're going to be able to pick that out, but that is the strawberry moon. It's looking good this morning. Coffee's there, and so are my porridge oats. I'm hoping this the wind's going to dry the tent out a little bit. Let's go and have a look. Oh, that's gone. Very nice. I think I'm going to have to get my camera out again. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? I think with a different sunrise, there'd have been a bit more of a glow on there, but it is what it is. That's lovely though. It's so cold that I've come back to bed to eat my breakfast, and because I'm going to need to pack everything up and get my feet warm again, get my hands warm, just generally get warm before I think of packing away. But I won't be hanging about because again, it was a rubbish night's sleep. I forgot bed air. God, state of that. God, Ace Ventura. It's better. I'll have to drive home with that on as well. Can't be seeing the beacons with shite air. Oh, come on. That's very sweet. Oh, these mugs. It's a crag hopper, and it was one of my Mother's Day presents. You put your hot coffee in. If you keep the lid on, then your drink stays very hot for quite a long time. For an insulated mug, it's brilliant. So I've left my pitch I've got a big bag of rubbish on the back of my rucksack. Leave no trace. Still quite cold up here, although it's sunny. Still beautiful. So I'm going to head back down to my dodgy lay-by. I hope that my car's all right. Should be. And drive back, because I've had, again, about an hour and a half sleep, which doesn't feel too bad at 4 o'clock in the morning when you're just starting the day, but it's now 7:30. It's going to take me at least an hour and a half to get back down again, and then 2.5 hours to drive back home. Last time I only had that much sleep. I got home, put all my wet kit on the line, went to bed and slept solidly for 5 hours. And I suspect today's going to be very similar, but it's just a pity that I can't stay or go towards Swansea and do some coastal photography. It's not worth the risk. I'm much better getting back before I start feeling really tired. You just work with what you've got and accept that you can't always have things the way you want it. Oh. Beautiful. It's getting really hazy, so at this point the camera stays away, because I mean there's nothing wrong with contours, but there's no clarity in the air, no contrast. It's a beautiful morning. I think it was 4:30. Started taking photographs. Maybe earlier than that actually, because yeah, maybe 4:15. Morning. I'm just I've dipped off the path that I was on, which continues along the flat section there, because this is actually an official path that looks like it goes down to the lake. The original route I had planned was to go right to the other side of the range, drop down the shoulder of the last mountain, and then come past the first lake, along the moor to the second lake, which is this one here. But honestly, 16 kilos and not a lot of sleep makes you revise your plans a little bit. Right, I'm going to put this away because it's quite a tricky descent, this. So I need to be concentrating. So you might be able to just pick out the route I've followed. It basically runs up there and it's just like a gouge running up the side. It was a bit tricky. There were a couple of places where you did need to concentrate to not fall. I'm not dipping today. And one of the reasons for not dipping, aside from the fact I want to get home, is that it means I'll need to bring more kit. It's a lovely area. I mean, if you were going to come and do a dip in there, you could. It's perfectly doable from the car park. Well, not car park, lay-by. Not getting a lot of sleep is probably part of the process, part of the experience, and just adds to it, I think. Doesn't feel like it adds to it when you're lying there at 11, half 11, half 12, 1 o'clock, quarter to 2, half 3, right, I'm up. Might as well be. But it is. So the good and the bad. And those winds last night were strong, but I wasn't going anywhere. I just sat with it. But that's a win. And I'll take that. And this is definitely a win. Getting to look at this stuff. It's incredible. You can tell I'm getting lower. More and more sheep appearing. Anyway. What was that? What could possibly go wrong? Oh, well, what a route. It was hard. And at times on the way back down, difficult to pick out the path because of it being quite boggy. But there's some cracking waterfalls. In fact, I didn't show you, but up there in that cleft, there's a huge waterfall. It's not very, well, it's not in full flow at the moment, but it's quite a height. Tell you what, going through these ferns, which are waist height, it's making me realise it was a good decision to put my kegs on this morning and not put another pair of shorts on. This is how the walk started yesterday. If nothing else dramatic happens between now and getting to my car, I'm going to sign off now and say thanks for watching again. Until the next one.